Hi, I'm Jason Sterling, and what a big day. What a big day. What an exciting day. We have had, of course, a new pack trailer launched today. It is Country Living, and expect me, no, it's not Country Living. Is it Country Living? It's Cottage Living. It's Cottage Living. I'm going to keep calling it Country Living because Maxis hates us. No, they don't. They hate us when it comes to naming. Haven't they done this before? Some other pack, though, I always called it something wrong. A lot of people did. So, Cottage Living, the trailer launched today. And it looks good. It looks pretty good. We're going to go over it. We're going to go over what we have seen. And we're going to jump kind of right into it. I'm going to start, though, with the description that was placed on like the EA website about this game. We're going to start here with there's two parts really to this pack. You have the village and the farm. Okay, so you have like two parts to this pack. I have no idea how the world is set up, but obviously there is a central village type of area. That's going to be a neighborhood. And then you're going to have kind of a rural area. Whether or not that'll be one neighborhood or two neighborhoods, who knows? I would say for certain, right now, I mean, it looks like there's more than one lot. My first fear was that like each neighborhood would just be a farm, right? So you'd have a big lot. That'd be a neighborhood, one farm. So maybe two farms in a village. But I think I've seen more lots than that. So there's probably two small neighborhoods for farms, and then the village, right? I'm going to go with that. I have no idea. That's speculation. I'm going to try to avoid speculation, but let's say that. And let's start with the village. That's what the description starts with. The village is basically center of town. It's composed of a pub called the Gnome's Arms, right? Gnome's Arms pub, which would typically be more referencing like an inn in England, but we're going to assume it is just a pub because no speculation. There's a grocery stall there. There is the infamous return of Agnes Crumplebottom and her garden booth there. There's also a thing called the Finchwick Fair, which is going to be kind of a county fair. And all of this stuff we'll look at more as we go through the trailer, but this is from the description. So the fair we know has competitions for like animals and produce. We know that. I don't know anything else. Maybe pies, maybe baked goods. I mean, if I go by a typical county fair where I'm from, you'd have a lot more than just a competition. But even if you're going to do competitions, you would have more than just the produce and animals. But they would be included. They would be included. Then you have the farm. Now, the farm's a big thing here. We're going to go into the farm more as we go through the trailer, but the farm is these sort of much larger garden plots. There are some wild animals around, rabbits, foxes, birds, which can in some way be domesticated as pets. Of course, we had foxes in pets, in dogs and cats. These look more, though, like a fox. I will say that. I will say that these foxes look more like a fox. So they don't seem exactly like pets or from the dogs and cats pack. We'll see when they get here. You can sort of tame them, though, as I understand it. It's like you can tame them. And then you have 3 domesticated farm animals. Cows and chickens, very common in Western Europe, at least, and America. I think other places in the world, Asia places. The cow is, and you also have llamas, not as common, but you see them here. There's a llama farm not too far from where I am. Well, farm. They raise llamas there. All of those are locked to an object, which I kind of expected. I expected that because that's the way it was in The Sims 3. It was locked to an object. So the cows are locked to a sort of cow shed structure, as are the llamas. Cows, we'll go over it more coming up, but they're locked to those structures. Chickens are locked to a chicken coop. But you can also have kind of free-range chickens. You can kind of have them running around. So I don't know if they just run around outside the coop. I know they're not family members. So it seems to negate them exactly being pets, and yet I've seen pictures of them like hugging a toddler. So you can interact with them in some way, in a pet-like way. Okay, so that's why we have that. We also have the water tool. We have a new water tool, a new terrain tool, which is water. Make your own ponds, streams, lakes, rivers, whatever. It's been wanted for 7 years, a really long time. It's been wanted for a long time. Probably that's going to be a patch. Probably it's going to be a free patch. I'll bet it'll be a free patch. And so it's being promoted with this pack, but again, probably not something we're paying for. Probably a free patch. And then the only other thing is just stuff that will come in as we go through the trailer as far as that goes. There is like a bonus this time. So if you buy this pack before September the 2nd of 2021, in case you're watching this sometime in the future, September the 2nd, 2021, you get these 3 bonus items, like a bicycle and a gnome riding something. I can't remember, a goose maybe. And you get a tree, a tree with some lanterns hanging out of it, and what looks like a little door, like kind of like Winnie the Pooh's house, like that sort of door, like maybe where a fairy would live, or a rabbit. That's what it looks like. Like you could pretend a fairy lives there. Don't get your hopes up, but that's what it looks like. A lot of people in my area, there's been little trends every so often that'll go around where we would build fairy houses, on trees and stuff like that. That's what it looks like to me. So that's it. So we're going to jump into this now. I love the rabbit. Rabbit's my favorite thing. I love him. I love Peter Rabbit. I love Velveteen Rabbit. Love both of those. We start with this sort of fairy tale Disney opening where Snow White there kind of gets pooped on by the birds. And then we go into these sort of public looking ruins. It looks like a lot like in Windenburg, where you can go like a public park type of lot, definitely with the people there. I hope so. Looks like the sort of place I might like to have a wedding, like, Trey and Patrick. Maybe I'll have them get officially married there, or have a ceremony there. I would love it if it's an editable lot in some way, even if it's only with a cheat. I would love to make it a community lot from like Eco Living that could swap around and do different things, maybe more oriented though to this pack. So maybe when you go there, there could be like a community farm, a community garden, things like that. Like whatever you can do. There's a hint. We'll go over that towards the very end, but there's a hint like maybe you can do canning, like jelly and stuff. So maybe you could put a station there like you would in Eco Living, but it would be here in Hinford. Hinford on Bagley is the name of the town. So maybe you could do that. We're coming up next year on the Water Wheel House. Now, I don't think the water wheel works. I think it's just decorative. I love it even still. I do love it as a builder. It is a neat decorative touch. I don't see any evidence that it does anything but decor. But the roofs here obviously are functional. The roofs are a typical sort of thatched cottage roof that we don't have in game. We don't have anything like this roof in game. Looks fantastic. I really do like it. I really do love it. I think it looks perfect. Just perfect for this look. And the water wheel's perfect. I don't care if it doesn't work real. I mean, I do. It'd be cool if it worked and did something. But no, I don't care if it does. I would like for it to go around at least still, and I don't think it does because it didn't, that I could tell in the ad. You'll see here, right? I mean, okay. But that'd be cool if it did. But even if it doesn't, I kind of just like the decorative aspect of it, so I'll go with that. We're going to pass a water hole. Peter Rabbit leads us past the water hole there. Another swimming location. I'm always happy when they expand routable water in game. This, I don't think, is a built one like with the new water tool. It's just one that they put in, kind of like in Snowy Escape. They had a place to go swimming there as well. So, but it looks cool. I like it. It's definitely, an add-on. Then we get into town. We get into the village. We have Romeo here, and we have the infamous Agnes Crumplebottom, who is a fan favorite. Huge fan favorite. I don't know why. I never missed her. I mean, I never even really noticed. It's like, okay, she's not in the game. Fan favorite, though, she is notorious for reacting to, in a negative way, public displays of affection. Now, I don't know. That's in previous games. I don't know if they're going to try to get away with that, where, two Sims are kissing and she walks up and whaps them with her purse in The Sims 4. I mean, like, it seems like there's a whole lot in The Sims 4, kind of sets people off. And so they may have avoided that. Although you'll see coming up, if you hit on her, flirt with her or something, then she hits you, right? Because I guess that would be like a more appropriate response, I guess, if people could accept, rather than random violence. It's kind of like, well, yeah, you did go and, kind of approach her without asking, I guess, or something. So anyway, she's back. She's back. People wanted her back. I don't know. It's fine with me. It's good. It's good. I don't care. But she is back, and she is back, and I'm happy for the people that like her. I am. I hope people really do like her. We're going to come to the farm next. Farm is a big thing. People have been wanting farming for a long, long, long time. You can see here the water tool in action. My big question with this is going to come down to, is this going to be enough of a farm? So far, like I said, there's absolutely zero evidence of horses, and a lot of times when I saw people talking about farming, horses entered the conversation. What they really want is horses, you guys. I mean, at least a lot of them. Not everybody, but a lot of them. Now, I never really got into horses in like The Sims 3 or whatever. I never really used them. My son did. In fact, his horse got taken away by like pet protective services, I guess, because he moved it onto a houseboat. It didn't work out well at all. But I know a lot of people want horses, and so I am disappointed on their behalf that there's no evidence of that here. And I think if we were going to get them, it would be here in this ad. Maybe not. Maybe not. But I would tell people not to hold out hope. I'm not going to hold out hope for you. I'm going to say there's not going to be any horses, just like I'm going to say there's not going to be any fairies. I'm just going to say that because there's absolutely zero evidence here that there is. I'm not going to build up speculation and hope when there's just no evidence of it. So it's just going to have to die, once again, the hope for this particular pack. Maybe we'll be surprised. Nope. Not going for it. However, we are getting cows, as I said, and you can milk it. I don't know what you do with the milk. Maybe nothing, maybe something, but you can milk it. We get llamas. Llamas, you'll see coming up. We can shear them. And what I don't like, they're both, I mean, I don't mind this exactly. They're both tied to an object, a shed. That's kind of okay, but looking at these pictures, I mean, the shed looks just like a black hole. I mean, there's nothing past that hole, right? So I don't really necessarily mind they're tied to the shed, depending on what their interactions are when they're outside of the shed. But it looks like just a black hole to me. I mean, just a dead, dark black hole. Now, we have 6 weeks left. Might not be done. I mean, I noticed they didn't really highlight the pack, what the front of the pack's going to look like, kind of the pack art with this ad. So that might not even be finished yet. Okay, so I don't like that. I hope it changes by the time it releases. It wouldn't be the sort of thing that would keep me from buying it, but it looks a little unprofessional. It's a little unfinished. Okay. Chicken coop looks better to me. The interior looks a lot more detailed and more like you can see into the chicken coop. Now, you can reach into the chicken coop. It's part of why that is to get eggs, but that's what it looks like. Otherwise, we'll tackle some of this other stuff coming up, but on the routable water, as you can see, you can at least wade in it. I don't know if you can swim in it. I know that you can wade in it. You see a toddler there. It looks too small to be a kid. A toddler kind of playing in the water. There are various kind of fowl that you can put out there. I mean, I see ducks. I don't know if there's any others or any variation on the ducks. I think there could easily be variations because ducks are all about the same size and look kind of the same where I live in America. So before you get on here and say, well, ducks are big as a house, Jason. We didn't get house-sized ducks, and I'm really upset because it doesn't. Okay, yeah, I get it. I understand you being upset. That's fine. But so where I'm from, most ducks are about the same size. Come in different colors. So maybe there'll be some variation with that. I don't know. But that's it. That's it with the farms. Now, this is the real reason for buying the pack. Of course, this little rabbit. That's what I want. I want little Peter Rabbit to have as a pet. And I want the other big reason, this new husband. This is my new husband here. You can see him. I don't know his name. His name is Farmer Hottie. Farmer Hottie living here. He kind of reminds me of Knox from Eco Living. It kind of reminds me of Knox from Eco Living, but maybe a little bit older. So like Knox after he starts a family and gets a little bit older, right? It kind of reminds me of Knox, which by the way, let me say it right off the bat. I'm going to reference Eco Living later, but right off the bat, Eco Living is going to tie in perfect with this pack. It is. It's going to tie in perfect. The stuff in it's going to work pretty well. And then you've just got a lot of stuff about living on the land, living off the grid. That's going to tie in perfect. So, if you haven't gotten it, get it, I guess. Get it on sale. Is it on sale right now? Get it on sale. No, wait for a sale. If you haven't got it yet, and you have to wait for a sale. But otherwise, it's a good pack. It's got issues. It's got some bugs and glitches. Still a good pack. I still like it. Okay, so Peter Rabbit definitely is on the top of my list, as is my new husband. I'm thinking, because he's got a family. Might have a family in the game. So I'm thinking when I get to Himford on Bagley, I'm going to have to activate the NAP plan for free love right off the bat. Day one. So we also have the garden. We get into the garden. Now, this is the big farming part. Is this going to be enough farming for people? Because what I'm seeing here is still a garden. It's still gardening, not really farming. Now, it looks like, he can go out there and water a big patch at once. And this is what I think it's going to be. You're going to have these gardening patches. Instead of those boxes, you have gardening patches. You can see they're kind of in a U shape in this configuration on the ad. So you're going to have these gardening patches. Each patch can probably be a different vegetable. And then all you have to do, the time it would normally take you to weed one plant, you weed the whole patch. Same with watering, same with fertilizing, right? That's kind of what I'm seeing here. And in that way, you can have a much bigger garden. It's still just gardening, guys. And what I'm looking at is watering, weeding, and fertilizing, just like in a garden. Same animation, same thing. Now, these vegetables can get a lot larger. Obviously, maybe it's some sort of special fertilizer. The vegetables can get a lot larger, so I'm seeing that. And yes, you can. Looks like you can do more at one time than we could do right now with our little square boxes, right? But it is skirting the definition of farming. This looks more like kitchen farming or cottage farming. Definitely cottage farming. Then, again, a farm. I mean, people ask for a farm. I did kind of get the impression from a lot of people they were expecting a sort of farm. 40 acres and a mule, something big that you're going to use a tractor on. That you're going to use a harvester on. Now, that said, are people going to hate it? I don't hate it. Let me say that. That's what I'm going to say. I don't hate it. I like what I see here. I like how it's arranged. I personally wasn't super huge on the whole tractor, harvester, mechanized farming idea. I would have taken it. I would have been fine with it, and I would have liked it. But I like this too. I don't know how everyone's going to like it. Like I said, there's no horses, and this isn't technically what I would call farming, and they have not called it a farming pack. They have called it a cottage living pack. So note the difference. The great thing about this gardening lot, I don't know if this is going to be with all gardening and all plants, kind of patched into base game objects, not necessarily into base game, but base game objects, is that kids can help. Kids can help now. So they can help you garden. They can also help in the kitchen. They can also help with cooking, which is a great update. I do like that. It's about time. Would be what I would say to that. It's about time. But it's cool. It was awesome. It was very nice. It was really, really nice. I've already gone over. You can see it here again. Llamas can get sheared. I love the part where the llama grabs the clippers and throws them away because that suits llamas. Llamas are definitely kind of temperamental. That's what I've heard. I've rarely interacted with them, but that is what I've heard. The chickens, of course, you can grab the eggs. Now, the thing is, I'm assuming, like with milk with the cow, you can use the eggs for cooking. That's what I'm assuming. So if you're going to cook breakfast, you want bacon and eggs or eggs and toast, you will have eggs, right? That's what I'm assuming. But the eggs will also hatch. into a little chicken. And I know we're all going to think that's the most adorable thing ever, which it must be where the chickens are coming from in the yard, apart from the coop. Must be from something like that. It's going to be adorable. The toddler's going to hug and hold the chicken. That won me over. I'm like, I'll buy the pack. Here you go. Now that's all I need to see. Take the money. Give me the toddler. Give me the chicken. But, let me have and the rabbit and the rabbit. We're all going to live together in peace on the perfect fairy tale farm, because that's what I really do want too. So it's a fairy tale farm. So, we got that. Now, the neat thing here that is being added is needlepoint. I'm talking about the toddler playing with the rabbit. Yes, he does. But also the needlepoint. Needlepoint's awesome. It's going to be a neat tie-in with knitting. It does fit with the farming, the sort of like fairy tale farming environment. I know with knitting that the wool from the llama means that your knitting won't cost anything anymore. So you will essentially be able to use the wool kind of for your knitting. Very cool. Maybe with needlepoint as well. I don't know. Needlepoint's different than yarn. They do use needlepoint thread, but it's cool. I like it. It's a neat tie-in. I do see some similarity in the objects, from knitting stuff. Maybe a little bit of reskinned objects, but I'll give them a little bit of pass on some of that. It does look like the animations are cool and really nice on this, and it'll be something that I think people will like. I never use knitting. I like the pack for Yarny. Like, I love Yarny. Yes, I would have paid $10 just to get the little Yarny doll. But I never use knitting. I don't use the stuff very much, but I know a lot of people do. And I know a lot of people, the people that like knitting are probably going to love needlepoint. So I'm happy it's in it for them. I think it'll give them something else to enjoy in this pack. And I love the toddler playing with a rabbit. All I want is for my toddler to be able to do something, right? I hope the animations aren't too close to what we already have for cats and dogs, because that makes it seem boring even faster. So I hope it's relatively new animations, relatively fresh feel. That's what I'm looking for with this, with the toddler interactions with these pets. Because with the Playhouse from the game pack, from Decorator game pack, that was something I commented on. It's just same animations we already have. Yeah, it's in a playhouse instead of on the playground, but it's the same stuff. It's the same animation, so it makes it feel stale right off the bat. That said, I do love it. I love it in the ad. Love it right now. So I'm totally in love with that. Toddler's big on my list always. I also love this. This is the closest you're going to get to real farming. The wolf chasing down the rabbit to have for dinner. Okay. Don't think he's looking to make friends. Don't think he's looking like maybe they're going to get married and it's going to be really sweet and in like a Disney film. So in like a Disney film from the 50s, like where Bambi's dad gets shot. Spoiler alert. Sorry, spoiler alert in case you haven't seen it. Even though it was like 70 years ago, spoiler alert. So anyway, the wolf's looking to eat dinner there with that rabbit. But what I think is really cool, they kind of thought about this. It's one of those things where it's kind of like, wow, they did this, and there'll probably be something else like, really? Why didn't you do this instead of this? But it is cute. The llama comes to the rabbit's defense, and spits at the wolf, chases him away. I don't know if llamas are really protective like that, but they do spit. So I'm giving them a big thumbs up on that. Here's a shot of cows getting milked. Just milk them away all day long. I'm going to assume that's going to be good for something more than just drinking milk. I'm going to assume. I don't know what. I'm not going to speculate. Speculate in your own head. For right now, what we know is you can milk it and nothing happens. Maybe you can sell it. But yeah, so I'm not going to speculate. They need to show me what the pack does. I'm tired of speculating and everyone gets upset and they get their heartbroken because they built up something they really want. Like with horses and fairies, because we've all been looking forward for days now to both of those and they're not coming. So I'm not going to speculate, but you can milk the cow. As I mentioned, kids can cook. Here in the kitchen, it's a good shot of the kitchen. Kids can cook now, at least to some extent, which is really cool. I love this kitchen now. Let me say, this kitchen's really close to Country Living. The cabinetry. Now, I love Country Living. I do, and I love the cabinets here. They look awesome. They really do. This kitchen looks so cool. And there are new kitchen appliances, at least stove and refrigerator. It looks very kind of like early, like late 40s, early 50s kind of look to it. And I love that. I do love that. But the cabinets look really close to Country Living. almost like Country Living was kind of a test run for it or something. Doesn't mean I don't like it. It just means that it doesn't feel as fresh since we just got Country Living. But they're cool. I love the kitchen shot here. And I love the fact that kids can help in the kitchen. And there's a picnic basket here. So we can have a picnic. But I don't know how that's going to be different from just cooking on, I guess, because you're not cooking on the grill. I guess maybe you can take sandwiches or something with you. I don't know how it works. There's a picnic basket. They're having a picnic. I mean, I can see there's no tablecloth, like a picnic tablecloth or anything like that. It's just the basket and some food. The one thing I don't like here is, and I don't like this in advertising, you guys. I really don't. I like it for advertising to be straightforward up front with me. Just show me your shit. And if it's good, I'll buy it. I mean, I will. I'm a sucker too. It doesn't even have to, I mean, I'll buy stuff. Trust me. They make it look here, of course, like the toddler is participating in the picnic. And I guess from a certain standpoint, he is or she is, whichever it may be. But he's just in this high chair. And my fear here, which is probably correct, he's just going to be eating the same old shit. He's just going to be eating like some animal crackers or a ham and cheese sandwich or just whatever normally comes with the high chair while everyone else has a picnic. I mean, I do that with the high chair now at Dine Out because the toddlers still can't go to a restaurant. So, I mean, I do that with Dine Out. I just put some high chairs there and I take my toddler and I set him in his chair and I give him stuff I would never order, like I wouldn't order a toddler a bowl of animal crackers at a nice restaurant. And before someone says, would you take a toddler to, yes, I would. I took my son to nice restaurants, took my son to restaurants. That's why still to this day, he can go to a restaurant, behave himself and act like a gentleman and eat off the adult menu because he didn't spend his whole life growing up eating, grilled cheese and chicken nuggets and I don't know, fucking French fries or something. Nothing wrong with that. I love grilled cheese and make it all the time. Just saying. I'm just saying. Let me get off this. I got on a tangent. Love the kitchen. I love it. Love the kitchen. Okay, so I love the picnic. Picnic's cool too. That was the other thing. So we go to the town. Here's the thing with the town. I love the town too. Town looks really cool. Always love a new world. Always love a new town. I have a concern about the pub. To me, the pub looks like a rabbit hole. I'm not saying it won't be cool or like at least cool on a level like the restaurant was with Star Wars with Batuu, because that was a rabbit hole. But the first thing I did was build something more like a real restaurant on Batuu. What worries me is they're eating outside. It worries me that they've got a sim position like she's a server, but she's not a server, I don't think. I think she's just a sim set up to look like a server. And I don't know, there's just something about that building that to me looks like a rabbit hole. And I mentioned this is called like the Gnomely Arms or something. Typically that would be an inn. And this was supposed to be a tourist video. We haven't seen any evidence of hotels or resorts, which I don't think we're ever going to get. Just so you know, I've given up hope on that. Now, is this going to be a rabbit hole? Pub and inn like in Star Wars and Batuu. Batuu also, you could stay in lodging, but it was a rabbit hole. And again, the first thing I did was build something like real lodging. So I'm worried about that it's a rabbit hole. I mean, it's not the only reason I would buy this pack. Like I wouldn't say, oh, the pub's a rabbit hole. I'm not buying it. But it feels a little set up here to me. And we've got bars that act as a pub. And we basically got a pub in Windenburg. We've got restaurants, so how is this different? Why is it listed as a feature? Why is it listed as a feature? Because it's named as well, and it feels like a feature, like something different. But I think it's a rabbit hole. So I'm a little nervous about that. It looks cool. I mean, I'd eat there. I'll have my Sims eat there and hang out, but I don't like rabbit holes. This is 20. Let me rant. It's not really a rant. Let me critique. This is 2021, you guys. I mean, we should be past rabbit holes as gameplay, and we should be past text-based gameplay where something pops up and says your sim sees a branch in the road. Which one do you want to take? That was great for 1986, 88, whenever that was big. I don't know. Not now. So I hope it's not a rabbit hole. But the grocery store of love. The grocery store of love. I hope you can buy everything from it that you can get grocery-wise. I hope. It'd be really nice if it was customizable. You could do it yourself. I hope that you can place it someplace else. I don't have any proof of that, but I hope you can. Better, I should say, I better be able to. I hope so. So you can have a grocery store, in different worlds. I don't want my Sim and Sulani to travel to Hinford to get groceries. They will deliver, though. That's cool. Now, I like that. Like, you can put your order in on the computer. It's a little more realism. That's the thing I really like about it. I like the way it looks. I do. And it's outside a mock grocery store. So if you're going to have a mock grocery store, maybe that should be a rabbit hole. If you're going to put the stall out front as well, I mean, that could be a balance a little bit, because it looks like it's in front of a mock grocery store. But I do like it. I mean, I do like it. I'm very enthused by it, and especially if we can place it other places. We'll see what happens. The other thing in town is the fair, the county fair. I already kind of mentioned this. It's got judging for this stuff. I mean, I don't see anything else in this shot except like maybe tables with pies on it that look just like judging tables, and then tables with vegetables on it that look like judging tables. There could be stuff we haven't seen. I mean, they always say that. Oh, there's more stuff coming. There's more stuff you haven't seen. Okay, when are we getting another trailer? Because I really want to see if this fair is just going and talking to people, putting stuff up to be judged. And maybe you can eat a piece of the pie or whatever's on those tables and judge it, maybe. I don't know yourself. I don't know that. That's speculation. I shouldn't even say that. I know the mayor judges stuff. Then that'd be at least something, but I will never use that if that's all there is. The fair is a feature I will not use. I mean, I might go once. I'll go to see what it's like. I might go there as a destination point just to walk around the rest of kind of the city there. But if it's just to take your vegetables and have them judged, and you do get ribbons. It's all like ribbons, on the wall, the house, someone's house or something. No, I won't do it. My husband wins though. So there's that, but I won't ever use it. So I hope there's something else to it. We just don't know. I don't want to speculate. I want to get people's hopes up. So anyway, they have a fair, you take your stuff there, you get judged, maybe you win. That's what that is. Then we end it basically. Snow White gets her comeuppance from a chicken. That looks funny. That looks fun. I do like that. I hope they didn't waste too much resources on it, because it's the sort of thing I'm going to laugh. Things funny a couple of times. It's probably going to be over. But I did like it here. It was funny. And then we see the rabbit go into his house. Now, the weird thing here is some people have speculated that rabbits are tied to the tree stump, which on one hand would be good, because then you could place them easily in other worlds and have rabbits kind of in the neighborhood of other worlds. One thing is bad, just because I hate to have things tied there. I know you can add a rabbit, it seems like, to the household as a pet. So I don't know. The other thing, this is pure speculation, because we are actually entering my final thoughts here. We're going to enter speculation zone. First thing, maybe it is a rabbit hole where you can follow the rabbit on an adventure. Maybe it leads to fairies. Maybe the toddler comes there and crawls into that little hole too and has a toddler adventure, a toddler text adventure. Instead of going into the cave and oasis, you go down the rabbit hole. So maybe that happens. That's pure speculation. It's just something I thought when I saw it, but there's nothing to back it up. Also, toddlers are holding garden instruments in this. Does that mean they can garden? Can they play in the dirt? Play in the garden, play in the dirt. That might be something they can do. That's probably the closest in speculation that might actually come true. Or is it just going to be the toddler, like with so much else, where they pick it up and go, "What's that?" and drop it? All right? Because that's what toddlers do with everything in game. You click on something, toddler walks up and goes, "What's that?" So I don't know. Also, there's a jelly jar on the cabinet. Could that be just decor? Could that be just an object that you use for decor? Yeah, it could. Speculation would say maybe we can can jelly and fruit. It's been a big request. It fits in with the cottage lifestyle, fits in with farming. But speculation, I don't know. I just know that they have an object that looks like a jelly jar, and it looks good. The other thing that I'm curious about is, I already said, is it enough farming to be a farm pack? I don't know. It is for me. It is for me, and for a lot of people it will be. But a lot of people it probably won't. How big is the world? Yeah. I tried counting the lots through the trailer. I didn't do a very good job. I didn't even see a lot of evidence of lots in town, except for the fairgrounds. It's another thing that worries me. It's just going to be the fairgrounds lot. It's probably not going to be editable without major cheats or mods. And then you have what I think is a rabbit hole. And then the stalls. So, yeah, I'm worried about that. And, and that's it. That's it, really. How big's the world? What else is coming? I do think, let me say this. I do think, so far, it's a good pack. One thing I really like is a lot of the stuff would appear to not be tied to Hinford on Bagley. So if you want to have a farm in Sulani, you can. If you want to have an alpaca, a llama in San Myshuno at your converted warehouse house on the docks in Spice District, you can. So that I like a lot. And like I said, if you can have the grocery stall anywhere, I like it a lot. If you can have anything you can have worldwide, and like the water is going to be worldwide, the water tool is going to be worldwide. So anything, and the gardening stuff, I'm assuming there's no reason why it'd be tied to that world. It's going to be worldwide. So anytime an expansion pack at least does that, I'm happy. And I do see a lot here. Would I buy what I see right now for $40? I would. I would. Yes, I would. But I'm not going to pass judgment on that just yet. Because in reality, I don't know that I'm seeing enough here to justify $40. We've got bigger farming. We've got 3 new objects that do some gameplay interactions. Those are cool. We've got some new build buy stuff, super cool. The update to kids being able to cook in gardens probably going to be a base game update. I won't be surprised. The water tool is a base game update. So I'm taking that out of the equation. The fair doesn't look interesting enough. I'm worried the pub is a rabbit hole. I don't know how big the worlds are. I don't know what the runes do. I do like, though, the rabbit. I like the rabbit. I like the rabbit a lot. So, my income, disposable entertainment budget. Yeah, I would spend $40 on it. Now, whether or not I would think it was the best deal, again, I've had to go over this a lot here lately with The Sims. Whether or not I thought it was the best deal, waits to be seen. One thing I would give it credit for is, like I said, like Eco Living. This one, Eco Living up. Like Eco Living, a lot of this stuff can be used all over the place. It reminds me a lot of Eco Living. And so as far as longevity, like where I can use it all over the place, is it going to be a better deal than Island Living? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Because Island Living, I almost don't use it. So much of it is tied to Sulani, and I don't live there and I don't go there. Maybe I could put a rental there to go on vacation, but once my initial kind of playthrough of it was done, until I have a story to tell there or something, it mostly has gone to waste. It did not have very good longevity. And the same thing is going to be mostly true of Snowy Escape. At the end of the day, a lot of Snowy Escape goes to waste because I can't put it anyplace else. So longevity-wise, probably this pack already I would say is going to be a better deal than Snowy Escape or Island Living. So that's as far as I'd go with that. Oh my God, this has been like almost 40 minutes. This has been too long. It's been too long, much longer than I thought it was going to be 10 minutes. I thought I was going to run through. I like this. I don't like that. I was going to be done. Obviously, it's been almost 40 minutes. If you've hung around this long, thank you for watching. I hope you've liked this look at it, this kind of in-depth look at our initial look. I had no idea I stretched a 3-minute trailer into 40 minutes, and a few pictures in the description. But thank you for watching. Please check out my Dream Home Decorator stuff. Like, subscribe, like always. Please like and subscribe. Check out Dream Home Decorator Trey, shown here in this picture, Trey and his boyfriend Patrick, fiance Patrick, are doing Dream Home Decorator. Check that out. I will have a new episode of that tomorrow as well, and Saturday and Sunday. I look forward to seeing you later. Thanks.